I'm Alchesay Castro. I'm Puerto Rican and Italian. I live in New York City. And I work as something called a staff generalist at Clubhouse in New York City. The clubhouses are part of the system called the Clubhouse model, which is an approach to something called psychosocial rehabilitation, which is a holistic approach to helping people with adults with severe mental illnesses reintegrate socially. And we really meet people where they're at. We focus a lot on work. There's an understanding of work having the potential to heal if you feel that your labor is meaningful. So in the clubhouses, everything is voluntary. They're purposefully understaffed so that we have to depend on the help of the members. We call them members, who come based on when they want to come. It's not a day program where people have to check in and stay for a certain amount of time. They come and go as they please. When I was interviewed there, it was the first job interview, is the only job interview I had like that. I walked in and I talked for 2 seconds with the supervisor. And then she said, okay, now we're gonna do your real interview. And I went to a big table with maybe like 15 people, and they were all members. And they were all, mostly middle-aged, mostly Black, pretty diverse though. And they just started like questioning me in a way that I've never been questioned before, like a human being, like, why do you want to work with us? What do you think you could do for us? Things that are in many ways typical, very professional questions to ask in an interview. But there was this authenticity. They really meant it. What do you really want from us? Why are you here? And then there was so much encouragement for just like, they're like, did you go to college? And I was like, yeah, I finished college and my degree was useless. I don't need a degree for this job. And it hasn't helped me so far, but they were so proud of me in a way that like a community member would be, like, good for you. You did something really cool, you did something really important, really hard, really expensive, something that a lot of people in our community don't get to do. And I just thought I can be here because this is a place where I think I'll be challenged in ways that I wouldn't be in most New York jobs, where people are in nonprofits, people are very opportunistic. I think part of my heart, in a way that happens if you grow up in the New York that I grew up in and you care about people, now that there's a lot of things that make it invisible, this population of specifically homeless, mentally ill people, the police, certain legislations, they've like cleaned up the city. But when I was growing up, I was the first thing that I noticed about New York when we moved here was just how many people are suffering with this very strange kind of diseases like that are clearly affecting our people. It's clearly like in the ghettos that this is the most. But when we talk about mental illness, like, this is the most visible here because these people don't have help. I think that that's what this job has felt like for me. I don't make a lot of money. A lot of mental illness, I think, in everybody's family, and the statistics around it are largest where people are most depressed. So the idea that you get from television and from mass culture, at least in the United States, is that mental illness is reserved for the elite. If you can afford to have a therapist, you can afford to have the problems that require therapists. It's supposed to be a place of healing, but I think it's a two-way street. I think it's helped me heal a lot. So yeah, I like that. I think that fits.